Okay, so as some of you might know, for the last few months I have been whinging and quote-unquote crying about my video performance on YouTube because, well, look at that nonsense. That is not good. It is in fact very, very bad, and yet all the metrics that would suggest a healthy channel with an active and engaged audience are all there. At least 50% or more of you watch my videos from start to finish. Apparently, a lot of creators would kill for that kind of engagement. You're commenting like crazy, probably because I cover people saying ridiculous nonsense, and I make the funnies. And while it's not the most crazy subscriber growth, it is still very much happening and pretty consistent. But for some reason, the decline is real. And you may have your theories on the why, but it's happening regardless, and I need to do something about it. Because yeah, right now things are pretty sketchy and I'm genuinely worried about the future of the channel. What it's going to be like, and not to be hyperbolic, but it's a real worry if there will be one in the long run if this doesn't stop. And I'm not the only one. Just this week alone, I have seen several much bigger channels than mine seeing the exact same kind of decline. And I think they're talking about it much like I am, because it's been much harder in the last few days in particular. So obviously it isn't just a me thing, it's an everyone thing. So as I said in the title, I need your help. This is where you come in. If you like the channel, if you enjoy the content, if you get some laughs and generally have a good time in this part of the internet and you want that not to go away, there are a few things that you can do. And before anything else, this should apply to any creator that you like and you want to see not just survive, but hopefully thrive. This isn't just about me. It's about everyone who's working their asses off and still struggling to survive on this goddamn platform that does do so many things right, but is often so difficult to deal with. First, if you don't use notifications, do. It seems to be the primary means for which YouTube push out in the first few hours. Or if you do notify, turn it off and on again. I don't know if it'll help, but I can't imagine it'll hurt. And if it resets and makes it work properly, cool. Second, when you get those notifications or you see the video in the wild, watch the video. I know it seems obvious, but with a still relatively small channel like mine, these first few hours are life and death for a video. That Mr. Beast or whoever the hell else is very, very popular right now, their video will be fine. Watch your smaller creators first. The really big ones will be advertised to you for days and days. But if you miss mine or someone smaller than me, even just a couple of times, and even if you were planning to watch it later, YouTube does not care, and you may very well not see it again. And on that note, third, use watch later. If you really can't watch something when you very first see it, I get it. Mine are decently long, cough, penis, joke, cough, cough. Click the 3 little dots and add it to your watch later playlist. And then make a habit of going through that on your downtime. It's a win-win. You'll be less bored as you'll always have a bunch of stuff that you definitely enjoy waiting for you, and those videos can no longer fall off your personal radar. 4. If there's any other way for you to get notified about a new release, do that. For me, and a lot of channels, Patreon is a really good bet, since you can actually follow a channel for free and get the notifications of releases in your email. Others will use email blasts and the like, so subscribe to those if you can. I might even set one up myself, but for now, check out my Patreon for a free and easy way to stay up to date. 5. I publish at the same time and day, week in, week out. 8 PM GMT or 8 PM GMT +1 during daylight savings every single Wednesday and every single Friday. And I have done so pretty much without fail for about 5 years. You can set your watch to it, and if you want, do that. Give yourself 2 alarms every week that say something like, "It's sick time," or something equally corny, and you will be able to come here and find a brand new video each and every time. I also stream 9 PM GMT/GMT +1 every single Monday, more or less. So if you come along and hang out with me and Mrs. Sick, be sure to send me questions or just things you want me to talk about in the chat. It is essentially my main form of socializing. It's an hour or so in the bar with some drinking buddies. Except the missus and I have megaphones and you're all duct tape mouths, but for some reason have endless pens and paper. It's fun. Check it out. 6. If you are actually getting the videos, engage, engage, engage. Like them, comment on them, share them about on your social medias and all of that jazz. These things are things that YouTube keeps an eye on, and an increase will help. Also, even if it's a video about some individual that you just cannot stand, watch it anyway. Matt Powell might be an obnoxious twit, but he will be a fraction of the content. I'll be there the whole time making fun of the nonsensical things that he says and the ridiculous ways he says them. We are all in this together. 7. This is more specific to me, but if other people have other channels that they have other stuff on, it wouldn't hurt to check them out. But for us, it's Mrs. Sick. She has been streaming day in, day out, Monday to Friday for months now on her channel. And she needs only a few hundred more subs before YouTube will actually start taking her channel seriously. She's got the views and the watch time. She just needs you lot to go and check it out. Link will be in the description. Now, all of those are free, relatively low effort ways that you can skip YouTube's broken system and keep on top of any and all of the videos that you love and actually want to see. But there are, of course, a few non-free ways that you can help keep channels alive, and that is, of course, crowdfunding, or e-begging, as it used to be pretty ironically, uncharitably called, although that has fallen out of favor since literally everybody does it. But it really does help immeasurably. If I can know that no matter how hard Google messes the mattress, so to speak, I am going to be able to keep a roof above my head and feed the tiny people who live in my house. Yes, that includes Mrs. Six. She is quite short. So if you do use Patreon to keep track of my videos, or even if you don't, do consider throwing me a few bucks a month. As it's currently set up, I have a per creation charging, but you can limit how much you give and to a singular video if you like. So that if you want to just throw me $1 each month, it is as simple as doing that. And if you don't like Patreon, I also have a PayPal where you can throw me any amount you like and even set up a per month just like Patreon, but without the notifications, etc. And finally, there's YouTube memberships and super chat / super thanks. Now, obviously, this would be the least preferred. It gives YouTube a significant portion of that number, and frankly, after this mess, it's hard to suggest that you reward them for that behavior in any way, but I get it. It's right there, it's pretty easy, and you do get a neat little icon when you're on my channel and access to unique channel emotes. And again, every little bit really does help, so I would not begrudge anyone who decides to support me in that way. I really do appreciate it, and will be grateful to anyone who financially supports the channel in any way that they can. Thank you so much. So those are things that you can do for now to help keep the channel alive and hopefully start it back on the path to success that I think that it was on till just a few short months ago. But before I go, I do want to address one simple fact, that when times are a bit rough for me, there are always people struggling way harder than I am. And I am, in fact, so God doesn't exist damn lucky to be able to make any amount of a living arguing about science and philosophy with extremely stupid people and having a tremendous time doing so. And that every single person who's ever enjoyed one of my videos for even a moment is just about the most awesome thing that has ever happened to me. I am so grateful for it all. But I don't want it to end. And I really, really don't want it to end because some arbitrary decision by an unfeeling machine being guided by people who more than likely don't really know, or perhaps don't really care how it affects the people who actually make the content that makes the platform YouTube, and not, say, AI Tube or random clips from shows that are on Netflix, but for some reason some buttcheek decided to post here Tube. But that's mostly because that last one is very hard to say. Also, couldn't think of anywhere else to put this, but if you want me to cover a particular video or topic, you can email me at cersicbusiness@gmail.com with links to something that you think I could cover, and I will endeavor to check it out. Thank you so much to everyone who stuck around and listened to even a second of me complaining about my stupid not real job. And I hope to catch you all well into the future of the channel, because I have no intention of letting this beat me, and with your help, I am sure that it will not. Cheers. Oh, and PS, this should be posting a couple of hours before I do my usual stream on Mondays, so if you're watching when this goes live, come and say hi. Mrs. Sick and I would love to see you in the chat. Anyway, bye!